Hi, I'm Seb, and in this video, I'll be answering your pressing CV questions. Questions like, what is a CV? What makes a great CV? What CV format should I be using? What on earth is a curriculum vitae? And should I have taken GCSE Latin? By the end of this video, you'll know your CV fundamentals and have the building blocks to create a great one for yourself. Stick with us through to the end of the video, and I'll also throw in a free CV template that you can download and personalize for your next job application. Something carpe diem, let's get started. What is a CV? A CV is a passport to your next job. It's a job application document that provides an overview of your work experience, your skills, and education to show employers why they should hire you. CV, by the way, stands for Curriculum Vitae, which is Latin for course of life. And that's a fun fact for your next dinner party, but it's not something that employers actually need to know. What employers will care about is your CV's length. In most cases, CVs should be about 2 pages long. This will give you the chance to describe your work history, education, and skills in full, while also letting you share personal information such as your hobbies and interests, so long as they're relevant to the job. If you're applying for your first job or are moving into a new career, a 1-page CV is totally fine. So what goes in a CV? To make reading and comparing your application a little easier for the employer, CVs are divided into sections. Most UK CVs include 6 or more sections. Your header, which contains your name, job title, and contact information. Your personal statement, which is a 2 to 4 sentence introduction to who you are and why you deserve the job. A work experience section, which is a quick history of your recent jobs, anything you've learned and accomplished professionally, any responsibilities you've had. Your education section, which covers the qualifications you've got in school and university, your GCSEs, your MVQs, all of that. Skills, where you list any technical or transferable skills that qualify you for the job. And your hobbies and interests, where you can include any non-professional but relevant pursuits that tell the employer a little bit about who you are when you're not working. Depending on your background or the job you're applying for, you may want to add a couple of extra sections to your CV. For example, any certifications you've earned, any foreign languages you speak, or any volunteering experience that you have. So what CV format should you use? Individual CV sections are like the building blocks of a CV, but how you arrange them will depend on what kind of job you're applying for and how much experience you have in your pocket. Between you and me, you're going to want to either use the chronological CV format or the skills-based CV format. The chronological CV format, or as I like to call it, the timeline CV, emphasizes your experience and career progression. Chronological CVs have long work experience sections, often half a page long, starting with your most recent job and working backwards towards your early career. For each job you include, also specify the company you worked at, the job location, your dates of employment, and most importantly, 3 to 5 bullet points outlining what you achieved in the role. You'll then follow your work experience with your education history, skills, and hobbies and interests. Chronological CVs are essentially the one-size-fits-all CV, and they're by far the most common format you'll encounter, although you might want to do a bit of tweaking to the structure depending on how much work experience you have. If you're just finishing school, uni, or an essential vocational course, put your education section above your work experience. If you have even a smidge of relevant work experience to your name, list your work experience section first. So what do you do if you have no work experience at all, are starting out on a totally new career path, or are returning to the workforce after a really long time? Boom, skills-based CV. A skills-based CV treats your skills section as if it were a work experience section by listing out each skill like a previous job and then following it with 3 to 5 bullet points which explain how you used those skills in the past. This job candidate might only have freelance or volunteering experience, and that doesn't matter. They're showing the employer that they've used these skills in a professional context and are ready to bring them to the team if hired. So skills-based CVs are ideal if you're at the beginning of your career, but they aren't that suitable for job opportunities that specifically ask for a certain amount of work experience. And that's that! You now know your CV basics. Let us know in the comments if there's any specific parts of your job application that you're struggling with and we can explore them together in the future. Here's that free CV template I promised earlier. Click on the link in the description to download it. And if you need a little extra help filling in your template, check out our video on writing a CV with no experience. Good luck, and I'll see you in our next video.